What's your most unbelievable pics or it didn't happen moment, whereby you actually have the pics to prove it happened? An owl flew into my car once, in Las Vegas, while the car was moving with the windows open. Imgur.com edit. Here's another pic of him looking pissed. M.Imgur.com edit 2. I spent a solid 3 hours figuring out how to get this out of my car. I've never seen an owl in person, and never dealt with one, so I didn't know if they carry disease or attack or something. About 7 people stopped asking if I needed help. When I told them an owl flew in my car, most of them drove off, probably thinking I was running a scam or something. My brother ended up coming by with a shoebox and we got it out and it took off. I was afraid he was injured because he flew into my car from the driver's side, hit the passenger window which was closed, and then flew into the back. He seemed okay though. People may not remember, but a couple of years ago a man survived a failed demolition of a smokestack falling on him. There was a really great drone video of it that went viral. That man was my father and I'm his daughter. I had to call out of work that day by saying a building fell on my father. Employer didn't believe me, so I told them to watch the news that night. It was a pretty wild ride for a few months, and we even made international news. Very happy my father is alive. U2.be edit. Well, shit. Thanks to all those with well wishes. To satisfy everyone's curiosity efficiently, I'll update later with a casual AMA link so we can gossip. Thanks for the gold. Edit 2, as promised. https www.reddit.com casual AskReddit comment 6 Okriam the daughter off man wo surviveth. SDJ4 May Bush 47B2E65. This classic from Ireland, slightly NSFW. I don't know where to start. I was once attacked by a guy on drugs who was dressed in a karate outfit and was wielding 2 swords. In the end I fought him off with my skateboard. Really wish I had more pictures. This one was taken from a few stories up across the street where there was a loft apartment building. The yelling and commotion woke most of the residents. The photographer recognized me in a bar a few weeks later and emailed me the picture. Can't believe they're filming Mad Max 5 already. That Johnny Depp was in my in-law's wedding band. M.Imgur.com. That looks like a still from Cry Baby. Imgur.com. My mom rehabilitates large cats, as in lions, tigers, jaguars, cougars, etc. She always has scratches on her arms and legs and no one ever believed our family when she told them why. Oh my god, so cute. This is kinda cheating, since I submitted this photo 5 years ago the last time I saw this thread, but when I was 11 I played chess with Morgan Freeman. Who won? From time to time, Coliano would look back on that photo and quietly smile to himself. He wondered if he, Morgan Freeman, did the same. People would ask who won? And Coliano would smile further and stare misty-eyed into the distance. In the end, it didn't really matter. It wasn't about who won, or lost. It was just about a man and a boy playing chess. Piano music plays out. Damn it. Why is Morgan Freeman narrating his own movie? Probably that time I opened the window shade on my commercial flight to see a ducking volcano erupting right below us. Imgur.com. Same thing happened to me, only I was on the ground outside of a house in Guatemala. Went to an axe throwing booth at a regional Highland Games and threw an axe into another axe that was already on the target. Imgur.com. Of course right after I do this, the axe throwing instructor comes up and says that was cool. But one time I did the same thing but had the axe sticking into the metal part of the first one. Bastard trying to steal my thunder. Did he have pictures to prove? D. A turkey jumped in my car once. It was so funny I decided to shut the door and take a picture because it looks like the turkey is driving the car. Pic, Imgur.com. I want to caption it something like when you get in the car and forget where you were going in the first place. My dad and I were driving down a highway and found his doppelganger on a billboard. Imgur.com edit. To add another layer of insanity to this billboard was actually in my dad's hometown. My dad has actually tried to contact the guy on the billboard but he never replied. Pretty sure your dad paid for that billboard and was screwing with you. All the dads at the dad conference must have been impressed at the lengths Op's dad went for this dad joke. Found a message in a bottle while kayaking in the Charles River in Boston. Some girl had written a funny, raunchy message and a number on it. Called the number, eventually met up, been dating for over 4 years now. I can post a picture of the bottle later maybe. I pulled up these images from Facebook from when we opened it up and read it. Blocked friends' faces for privacy. Imgur.com edit. Like I said, I'll post the pictures of the bottle message later. The message is something along the lines of Dear Harvard Rower, I know what we have is real. I long for your loins. Please call me and make my dream of having a Harvard man come true. P.S. I don't really talk like that, still want your D though. Hashtag phone number hash, I am not a Harvard rower, oops. I did work at Harvard though. This is definitely the cutest one on here. Like straight out of a ducking crappy OO's rom-com cute. Congrats on your incredible luck. Found a crashed plane in the woods with no information about it whatsoever. Pieces were scattered over the area of a football field but the main bits were mostly together. Imgur.com I have more if anyone's interested. Edit, added more pics. The plane looked like it had been there for years judging by the growth, but also looked very recent judging by the condition of the metal. Reported it but there was no report of a plane crash in the area. Bodies could have very well been there. Edit 2, found in northern Alberta. The pics aren't great and don't give a great idea of how big it was or how it looked when it was found. The biggest piece found was the wing in the last pic. It was about 3 feet tall and maybe 20 to 25 feet long maybe. The fuselage cockpit was just behind the camera and was overgrown with what I thought was the cockpit barely sticking out. Faded markings on the wing say something like D10, that's not what it said but something like that. Edit 3, I never got any follow-up information, and I know nothing more about it. Gave the information to my superiors and moved on. It was somewhere 100 to 200 kilometers north of Fort Mackay on land owned by British Petroleum. I never had the exact area and this was 4 years ago so my memory is only getting fuzzier. To those saying it's a known wreck and has been on Reddit before, please enlighten me. These are my personal pictures and have only ever been posted once before. Was this on a strange island with a smoke monster and a buried hatch by any chance? This girl with cereal boxes. This is a picture I took of the Air Force Thunderbird that crashed in a field next to my house last year. I remember this crash. After the 2016 USAFA graduation, right? I remember it crashed less than 5 minutes after it left my view. Yup. It was crazy because after it happened Obama delayed his flight so he could meet the pilot. Air Force One flew right over my house later that day. It was an exciting day lol. This thread feels like I'm browsing Reddit within Reddit. You might say you're in a subreddit edit, thank you good sir, you regret life. My dad was petting a tiger and taking pictures. When the tiger bit his hand he thought I might as well take a picture of my hand the last time it was attached to my arm. He broke free when the tiger went in for a better grip and he was able to break out. Did the tiger come back and bite the photo as well? Haha. It was done by our dog back in the early 2000s. Pics or it didn't happen. Aw duck. I sat on a killer whale when I was kid at SeaWorld. I guess the policy was quite different back in the day. Imgur.com. I went magnet fishing. This is where you simple tie a strong magnet to a rope and throw it in ponds and pools until you find some metal stuff on the bottom. Mostly you will find junk and bikes and scrapnel. But I live in Belgium, near Ypres where there have been great battles in World War I, and I just threw the magnet across a small pond just outside the city. And believe it or not, I surfaced a grenade. Imgur.com. That's awesome dude, I've tried a bunch of magnet fishing but unfortunately where I live there isn't really any history like that. I just find junk, scissors, fishing hooks, knives etc. that fall off fishing piers etc. Frown. Dude just picked up a goose and casually walked away with it when I was feeding ducks with my kids. Turns out he raised the geese from when they were babies and just holds them about every day. I.Imgur.com. Your daughter's arm is the wrong way. Your daughter? She might be possessed. I once had a girl dressed as a bumblebee ask to suck on my toe while I was working at the mall. I am not gonna lie, I was aroused. I.Imgur.com. WTF. All I can say is that my life is pretty plain.